always ready to...
Didn't the IERD end with some big conference or something?
Yes, it ended with a big conference.
Were you involved with that also?
Yes, I was. It was a 10-day conference in New Delhi, and the first few days were in New Delhi at the where we at the Taj Hotel, I think. And then after the first few days, we split up into teams and went out into site visits all over India. And after those several days, came back to the plenary sessions in New Delhi again in the Taj Hotel. We had, did we have around 600 people, if I recall, from 55 nations. And the State Department in India, the central government, said that a third of all the letters that were coming across their desk were about the IERD at one point in time. And it was quite a thing. When they went out to all those projects, the transportation to get out to those was quite something to coordinate. And just the hotels and moving people from dinners into sessions was huge to coordinate. And so after they came back from the village visits, here they'd all been out to all these villages and had a wonderful time in their villages and came back, and they were really a more formulated group after that. It's hard to formulate a group out of that many people, but once they'd had these experiences together, you know, at least they were formulated with their set of people, 50 people or so. And so they were different people when they came back. Some people had never left their own country and had never been on an airplane and came to Delhi for their first international travel, first travel at all in some cases. And then we started this huge plenary session and realized the benefit of the open process. Remember the open process? Well, that's where you've designed your entire plenary and thought you knew exactly what you were doing, and then people wanted to have a hand in designing the procedures. So then we had the overnight sessions to design the procedures for the coming day and revise the procedures that you'd already carefully written. So,
Yeah.
so much for the open process.
The people who went out to those villages, and then what happened to them?
Well, you know, they were hosted by these village projects. Of course, we'd done these project description labs and wonderful projects, and we'd found all these great projects for them to go to. And I think I can't quite remember what their process was once they got there, but they spent 2 or 3 days in those villages. And they were hosted by the local people, you know, and they sat and sang songs with the local people. And here they had all these different native languages, because we had people from 55 nations. And, you know, I think it was just seeing other people striving on the ground to make a difference in their community, and they just resonated with that from their own local community, and they just felt at one with those local people.
And some went by plane, some went by train, some went by bus. At least one group ended up being poled in canoes across a lake or something, wasn't it?
I think you're right. I can't quite remember all that. But, you know, there's every mode of transportation. So probably some ended up going on in by horse cart or something into their village. Bullock cart.
And then did they ever hear back from people after they got home, or
you know,
was there ever any follow-up or anything?
Well, you know, there was writing that went on afterwards, but I'm not sure about once they went back to their own home, what all they did.